Hey, welcome to the channel. Today I'll be talking about the 7 mistakes I made while playing Arknights, so you guys won't have to make them yourselves. The first mistake I made was to focus on one character to level up and upgrade while leaving my other units really weak. I usually do this in a lot of gacha I play, as it speeds up the process. But in Arknights, every unit is important and require balance to finish each of the stages. You can't just have a really powerful Silver Ash while having really weak healers, because the healers won't heal for enough, and your defenders won't really last too long. Vanguards won't even last long enough for them to get the DP points, so you really want a really good balance. The second mistake I made was to focus on my 5 and 6 stars over my lower starred units. Many of the early levels in dungeons require a quick start, and then the 5 or 6 units come out way too slow. Their deploy points are too much compared to the lower stars. Having a healthy balance of the two, or even just a team full of 2 or 3 stars, will probably get you through the early game a lot better. Because there's some times that I would just be farming or trying out a new stage, and I really want to get out my Silver Ash or my Exu or somebody with a really high DP cost, and then I just realized my Vanguard, I think I was using Siege at the time, her DP costs were way too high, and literally this game is a game of seconds, and sometimes you could lose a stage life just because you used a Siege versus a Plume or Fang. So you really need to mix them up for a bit. I mean, it's nice to use your waifus up, but you gotta think about progressing in the game as well. My third mistake was I didn't use the practice modes to add random friends. I didn't use supporters for the first real mission, since you wouldn't be able to get an auto deploy from 3-star completion. In practice mode you can add a supporter but not use them, so you get the practice that you need, but at the end you could still add them as a friend. I know this sounds like a stupid, common mistake, that it's common sense, you shouldn't be really thinking about this, but I kind of messed up. I'm sure a lot of people didn't know this either. Unless you went to all these Discord channels and just spammed your name out, it was really annoying that I had to add a supporter to add them as a friend. And it was even more annoying because if I wanted an autocomplete for the stage, I couldn't have a supporter. So I think that's something that they could change. It'd be a nice quality of life. I'm sure they could figure out if you deployed that supporter or not. But yeah, I didn't know that, and I'm sure there's some of you that didn't. If you didn't, please post in the comment section, because I don't want to feel so stupid that I'm the only one that didn't think of that before. The fourth mistake I made was that I didn't focus on the base before I started E2ing my units and skilling them up. The base is a very important time-gated resource in E7. You really need to put a lot of effort into building it up in the early stages of the game. If you don't build it up quickly, you're going to realize that you'll be farming a lot of LMD and skill card stages more often, because a fully built base can really amp up the production on XP cards and LMD, so you'll have more time farming the materials for your skill ups and for your E2 costs. So if you guys didn't know, I'll put in a link in the description for the different base guides that you could do to produce different things, and then also a material cost guide, or where to farm them, where's the most efficient way to farm them, because the game doesn't really give you that much information besides where to farm them and where to make them. The base that I use is a 2-4-3, so 2 trading posts, 4 factories, and 3 power plants. I think that's the most balanced one, and it requires the least upkeep. So yeah. The fifth mistake I made was converting OP to summon from the banners. So if you don't know what OP are, they're those gold hexagonal block things you get from 3-star missions. I don't really know how to say it, so I'm not going to butcher it. But the conversion rate is awful if you're converting it to a random. And you should just buy the level up packs if you really need a random right away. They're those packs that you gain in the shop for every level, and you just have to spend a certain amount of OP points to get them. But if you really wanted to whale, I just buy the headhunting packs. They're really cheap versus converting everything to a random by yourself. So yeah, if you want to whale, do it the right way. Just don't throw away your money. The sixth mistake I made were doing 10 rolls instead of 1 at a time at the exclusive banners. The way the pity system works is a little bit different from other games where it's a counter to 100 or to 10, but in the game, it's in the first 10 rolls you have a chance of getting a 5 or a 6 star. So you can get a 5 or 6 star on your first roll or your 10th roll. But as soon as you get it, it disappears. So after your second roll and you get that 5 or 6 star, you won't have that pity counter anymore. It doesn't reset. Nothing of that happens. you just get nothing. So it'd be best as a free-to-play player to move to the next banner if there is one, unless you really want to get that siege, which I ended up doing, and I kind of wasted way too many resources on that. But at the end of the day, pull one at a time until you get that guaranteed hit, or you'll just be wasting everything to probability. And the final mistake that I made was that believing that the recruit system was like an RNG choke. Like, it kind of is a little bit of an RNG with all the tags that you need to get, but there is certain combination tags that guarantee you a 5 or a 4 or even a 6-star unit. There's a handy calculator, and I'll post a link down below if you've never seen it yet, and that will help you get those unique setups of tags. Also, please don't spend your instant recruits all at once unless you have plenty of recruitment permits. There's nothing worse than having an empty recruitment slot in the office where you could have just saved those permits when you have like an abundance of them, like you have like 20 or 30 of them, and then you just want to burn through them as fast as possible. Because when you have a very small amount, you're just going to leave those slots open, and it's not really the most efficient thing. So as nice as it is to get these nice characters very quickly and getting these new tags, I just wait for the refreshes instead of wasting these permits. I'm not too sure later down the road we're just going to keep getting them and you're just going to spam them as much as possible. But right now they're like a very limited commodity. So yeah, those were all the mistakes that I made so far. I'm sure I'm going to be making a lot more mistakes in this game, and I guess I'll just post them. I'll just make a new video. Those were all the mistakes that I made so far, and I'm probably going to make a few more, and I'll probably make a video on that as well. So hopefully you learned something, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment or subscribe or give it a like or whatever you do. And I do stream on Twitch almost every day, so I'll leave my Twitch link down below as well, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.